7.4 day 2 notes, and we are going to be modeling real life situations. And we're going to use the percent proportion to do that. Okay, so remember with the percent proportion, it's A over W equals P over 100. Okay, this is the part, W is the whole, and P is the percent. Okay, and with words, how you can look at it, the part is usually the word after is. The whole is usually after the word of. And P, that's your percent over 100. Okay? So that's another way to look at it. You know, if you're having trouble remembering which one's A, W, and P. Says the bar graph shows the strengths of tornadoes that occurred in a state in a recent year. What percent of the tornadoes were EF1s? Okay, so we're looking for the percent. So we're looking for P. So what we need to find is the whole and the part. Okay, so EF1s, if we look at our bar graph, EF1s are right here, and there were 58. So that's our part. So part of the tornadoes were EF1s, and it was 58. Now you need to figure out the whole amount of tornadoes. Okay? So in a bar graph, how to figure out the whole number of tornadoes, you go through and add up the amount of each one. Okay? So you would add 36 plus 58 plus 29 plus 13 plus 7 plus 2. And you get 145. So there were a total of 145 tornadoes. And of those 145 tornadoes, 58 were EF1s. So to set up your proportion, it's A over W equals P over 100, or a part over a whole equals P over 100. So it would be 58 over 145 equals the percent, which we don't know, so we're going to leave it a P, over 100. Okay. All right, so now to solve for P, we just cross multiply. So the first thing we do is 145 times P equals 58 times 100 is 5,800. And then we divide both sides by 145. And if we do 5,800 divided by 145, we get 40. So P equals 40. So that means 40% of the tornadoes were EF1s. So 40% were EF1s. All right, let's try another example. It says an Arctic woolly bear caterpillar lives for 7 years and spends 90% of its life frozen. How many days of its life is the Arctic woolly bear frozen? So they gave it to us in years, and this says how many days. Okay? So you need to take 7 years and figure out how many days are in 7 years. All right, well, there's 365 days in a year, and we're not going to include leap years. We're just going to pretend, that one's not there. So let's assume that every year is 365 days. Okay, so to figure out how many days, you would do 7 times 365, and you get 2,555. So that's how many days are in 7 years. Okay. And it says it spends 90% of its life frozen. And it wants to know how many days is it frozen. Okay, so we set up our proportion. We have A over W equals P over 100. Okay. All right, and now we solve. Okay, so before we solve, we got to plug in. Okay, so for A is our part and W is our whole, so we're trying to find the part, so we don't know A. So 2,555 days, that's the total, so that would go in for W. And since I don't know what A is, I'm going to leave it as A. Our percent was 90. And then that would be over 100. Okay. All right, so let's cross multiply to figure out what our part is. So let's do A times 100, which is 100A equals. Now we need to do 2,555 times 90. So 2,555 times 90. And that gives us 229,950. It's a big number. 229,950. Okay. Then we divide each side by 100. And for our part, we get 2,299.5 days. Okay. So the Arctic woolly bear caterpillar is frozen 2,299.5 days out of 2,555 days. So out of 7 years, they are frozen that many days. Okay, and 0.5 just means half a day. All right, let's try the next one. The table shows the number of pictures you upload to a social media website for 5 days in a row. How many total pictures do you upload during the week when 32% of the total pictures are uploaded on Saturday and Sunday? So it says 32% were uploaded Saturday and Sunday. Okay, well, this gives us Monday we did 2, Tuesdays 2, Wednesdays 4, Thursdays 1, and Fridays 8. And it says 32% were Saturday and Sunday. Well, I don't know how much Saturday and Sunday are. Okay, so I don't have any way of figuring out, how many days or how many pictures I uploaded on Saturday and Sunday. However, if 32% were uploaded Saturday and Sunday, I can figure out what all of this represents as a percent. Okay? Because if 32% were uploaded Saturday and Sunday, then that means the rest were uploaded Monday through Friday. So if the whole amount's 100%, I can find this percent by doing 100 minus 32. Okay? And 100 minus 32 is 68%. So this amount here represents 68% of the total amount. So if 32% was done on the weekend, that means 68% was done Monday through Friday. Okay, and they want to know how many total pictures. So they want the whole amount. This is just part of it. Okay, so we need to figure out how many were done Monday through Friday. So we would add those together. So you would do 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 8. Oops. 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 8. And you get 17. So 17 were uploaded during the weekdays, Monday through Friday. And that represents 68% of them. So this is your part. This is A. And this is your percent. Okay, so if we do A over W equals P over 100. Okay. Our part is 17. We don't know what the whole amount is, so we leave it as W. For P, our percent, we said was 68. And that's over 100. Okay. Now to figure out the total number of pictures, now we just cross multiply. So we do W times 68, which is 68W, equals 17 times 100, which is 1700. And then we take 1700 and divide it by 68, and we get 25. So that means we uploaded 25 pictures that week. Okay. All right, there you go. Make sure you put this set of notes in your folder. It should be in the back of your folder. And when you're finished, you have an assignment that you need to begin working on. And if you don't finish the assignment today in class, you will be given tomorrow in class to finish the assignment. Thank you and have a good day.